Right, Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach you well, and Shalom to the elect out there pushing this truth in all sincerity, with all diligence, the four corners of the earth, and Lord willing, we be of that elect number. It's your brother Tabar Yaquana coming at you with the lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying. Brother put this in the chat, Teddy Atlas. Speaking on basically how quitting is harder than fighting, and I thought it was very, a very, edifying, very, for lack of a better term, deep kind of way, profound message, because we're kind of in that same position, man. Being men of the Lord, Lord willing, we be of that number. When you pick up the plough, scriptures speak on let's grab it. This is Luke 14:28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether ye have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king, going to make war against another king, sitteth not down first and consulteth with whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassage and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whoever ye be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. So, this is, and I'm going to play this, from Teddy Atlas. He's basically talking about how it's harder to quit than it is to fight, man. Because if you quit, then, hey, like the scriptures say, man, you got people that's going to mock you, that's going to follow you for the rest of your life, man. So, yeah, you got to count the cost before you come into this thing. You get little messages from the Lord of where it's going, but really, if you're a man of the Lord willing, we be of that elect number, you really don't have no choice anyway, man. That's how I feel. You don't have no choice, man. You don't have no choice. It doesn't matter if you get, if you're in a camp, if you get kicked out of a camp, you still gotta do the work, man. You still gotta do the work, man. There's nothing else out here, man, especially in these times. So let's go ahead and go into this example.
He submitted, but then he got to a place, and then he showed it with Samuel Peter. He was on the floor about 7 times, 5 times, 4, whatever it was, and he won that fight. Kept getting off the floor because he got to that place. He got to that place, that professional place, that maturity place, whatever the freak you want to call it. But he got to that place where he realized that it was harder to quit than it was to fight. Because when you quit, you got to live with the circumstances and the reality and the truth of that for the rest of your life.
That's a perfect point.
You have to live with that the rest of your life when you quit.
It's harder to quit.
When you fight, it's over within a moment. It's done.
That's right.
You face it and it's done. and you're where you need to be and where you want to be. But you quit. It's harder to quit than it is to fight the hardest fight in the world. It's harder to quit because you got to live with those conditions that come with that, with the repercussions of that, with the reality of that, with the truth of that.
Yeah, man. The scripture just spoke on it. It says, Luke 14:29, lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. You know, this is what Teddy Atlas is basically going into, man. You know, hey, we can't put down our plow, man. As the scriptures say, man, a man who puts down his plow. Let's grab that too. Yeah. You know, we can't put down our plow, man. Luke 9:62, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High, man. That's right, man. When you step in that ring that, you know, you're doing these videos, you're out there on the highways and hedges, you can't be looking back. There is no escape plan. There is no plan B. You know, there is no secondary option. You know, there's no other option. It's Yahushua or nothing, man. Let's grab. I think I just saw it in, Luke 14:33. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, cannot be my disciple. See, the Lord wants everything, man. Brother put in the chat a beautiful song, All of Me. It wasn't by John Legend. It was by some other group. An old school group. It's an old school song, man, but it's a beautiful song, man, and it just goes into what the Lord is looking for, man. He's looking for all of us, man. We are likened, the nation of Israel is likened to the Lord's woman, man. All right, it's likened to the Lord's woman, and when you're looking for a woman to be down with you, you want her to be all the way down with you, not lukewarm down with you. Let's grab that too, because you know you got to be on fire, and it doesn't mean just, you know, putting out a bunch of videos all the time. Hey, there's different offices in this whole thing, man. You know, there was a cartoon when I was growing up called Voltron, man. You know, telling my age, Voltron, man. And it was basically all these parts, all these members, all these guys came together to form this big robot-like thing called Voltron, this big mega soldier, warrior called Voltron, man. And it couldn't happen. You couldn't have Voltron, and they had the toy. You can get the toy, and I think I seen Voltron one time. You know, I was in the thrift shop or something, and I saw like a Voltron. I saw that Voltron toy. I was like, damn, man, that's fucking. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, man. And I looked at it, and you know, it was like missing a leg. You know, so like you can't buy that if you're a collector of toys like that or whatever. You can't buy that. That's not Voltron, man. Voltron missing a leg. So, you know, the scriptures speak on how there's different offices. There's every man's working according to his own lot. Members of the body. You know, roughly paraphrasing, that make up the whole body, man. You know. Revelation 3:16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, let me see something. Revelation 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. See, so the Lord knows, he already knows what you're doing, man. So you could be going hardcore in a certain area. Brothers might be looking at you like, man, he ain't really doing, you know. But then, who knows, man? Who knows how that brother is pushing in other areas, man? He could be posting scriptures up on other brothers' pages, dealing with live chats, doing a number of things, man. Being very charitable to the Akim, man. Just being a real emotional support for brothers, Hey, the Lord sees all of this, man, and it all counts. It all counts, man. Every man according to his lot. But let me finish this out. Revelation 3 and 15, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. Verse 16, so then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That's what happens when you're before the Lord, and you're not doing some kind of works, man. You're not working in the temple in some kind of capacity. According to the talent that the Lord gave you, the scriptures speak on the parable of the talents. And it's not, the talent is this truth, is knowing this truth. And so ultimately what we want to do is prophesy. Prophecy takes precedence. But there's also a number of other things that help the body. We're still in the flesh, man. But anyways, I think I got off the topic a little bit, but let's continue on with this Teddy Atlas.
For the rest of your freaking life. That's called eternity. Eternity is a long time. Right? You fight for a few minutes. How long you got to fight? If I'm his train, that's what I'm telling you. Joshua, how much longer did you have to fight? You had 6 more rounds. 6 times 3, 18. 18 minutes! You couldn't be strong for 18 minutes? You couldn't be. At that moment, you thought you couldn't be, but you could be. But you could be. That's what he's got to learn. That's what Klitschko learned. That's what George learned. Were they admitted that readily?
Yeah, man. So, we got to push, as the scriptures say. We are, to gird up our loins as soldiers and to push through, man. I think the elder had brought out, the elder Pastor Tahar had brought out, let me see if I got that.
And it includes women too, because you come into the faith, you got to stay in the faith. But especially the men that come into this ministry, and the ministry is to eat this roll. We went through that, Ezekiel chapter 2, Ezekiel chapter 3, maybe the first 5 verses about eating the roll, and it was also given to John the apostle on how the Patmos. See, once you come into this, you're committed to this thing. The Lord said in John, I believe that's John 4, around about the 30-some odd verse, I'm not going to go to it, I may go to it later. The disciples asked him if they want to get some meat. Do you want some meat? Meaning meat to eat. And he said, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work.
And so that's it, man. Hey, we got to finish this work, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying, to give all glory, honor, praises to you. How about you, Shai, Bahawa, Kakwadash, Barakatham, Shalom.